Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Khoi. What was I gonna say? Sorry for that long pause. Sometimes I get lost in my own thoughts, and that's why you don't see me saying a lot while I'm in public. I've come to accept that as who I am now, and my true friends, the one whom know me best, they are comfortable in my own silence. It's a strange thing. You know, a lot of teenagers, as they are growing up, they get put in a new social setting, and if you're not the kind of person who's very outgoing or very bubbly, or you just don't have this charm that comes about naturally. You don't talk to people openly. It's very hard for you to fit in with the other kids, and you will get labeled as weird very quickly. But yeah, my friends, the one whom know me best, they're very comfortable in my silence. In fact, we are very comfortable in our own silence. We can be together and not say a word, and that's okay. You don't have to say a lot. You can't, as I've said before in my previous videos, you can say a lot without saying anything. Oh yeah, where was I? I want to talk to you about this book, 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson has become a household name. Everyone knows about him. Every young man knows about him. And if you don't, it's worth checking him out. Andrew Tate, Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, they've all become household names within the manosphere. If we had Jesus back in the days, now we have Andrew Tate, now we have Jordan Peterson. They've been held up to this limelight. They've been regarded as the modern prophets of today. And I have to say, for good reasons as well. I don't agree entirely with Jordan Peterson, but you can tell he's coming from a place of goodness, just pure goodness. And it's like a father figure for many young men out there. When I was a young man in my 20s, I'm still in my 20s, but I mean, when I turned 20, that was the turning point for me. You know, when you're young, you can take a lot of risks. You have no one to be accountable for, only for yourself. So you can afford to be selfish and take a lot of risks. You can join a lot of different communities. You get to figure out who you are, where you stand in this world. You can switch religions. You can join different cults, mingle with a lot of people, because your ideas and your perspective on life, they are developing. You don't have a clear set of moral boundaries or ideals that guide your actions. You're forming your opinions based on your peers and your elders. So you're constantly in this state of discovering yourself, and you can take a lot of risks. You have nothing to lose. You have your age, you're young, you have your health. You might not have your capital, but that's what I mean by taking risks. You can pour all your earnings into crypto, into your business. I am taking a risk right now. I'm putting my face on the internet. I'm speaking my thought. I'm being vulnerable because I can, because I'm young. I'm allowed to take risks. You see me now, I'm young, so there's not this expectation that I know everything, so I can make mistakes. I can say how I feel without much consequences. People actually give you a pass when you're young, when you say shitty things like this on the internet. But when you start to get into your 50s, that's when you need to know where you stand in the world and what moral rules guide your life, how you act. And well, that's the general consensus anyway. Like, you wouldn't think of an old man, you wouldn't think of him as someone, you wouldn't compare him to someone who's in his 20s. Like, an old man, he's supposed to be wise, mature, he knows how to treat people generally. That's the expectation of an old man. So, why am I talking about this book? Well, there's a chapter in here that says, that Jordan says that in order to get your life in order and to find purpose, to find fulfillment in life, you need to assume more responsibility. At first thought, one might think, wouldn't that create more chaos, more responsibility? You're adopting more responsibility upon your shoulders. Wouldn't that create more work for you and make you more miserable? And to be honest, I don't think so. I think as a young man right now, I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose, no one to account for. I don't have a family, I don't have a wife, I don't have children. I can do what the fuck I want, right? I'm just gonna put it out there, I could blow up a building right now, making household explosives, printing 3D guns, running my car into pedestrians on the street. I could do all of that. Because I don't have any responsibility. I could kill people. I could do terrible things to the world. But once you have responsibilities, you have people looking up to you, people looking at you for advice, for help, that's when you realize my life is worth more than that. How many serial killers out there you see has a happy marriage, healthy children, and they themselves are deeply satisfied within their mind? I don't think there is any. Even though they might look like they are happy people, they have a good family, healthy children, within their mind, I'm sure there was some sort of trigger that made them do this. A lot of girls, young girls especially, I'm starting to see a lot of them on social media, and also listening to my colleagues, and I'm just eavesdropping on people's conversations at this point in my life. They are complaining about men, deadbeat dads, people who fuck them around and leave them. Those men have abandoned their responsibility to become fathers. And it's not just ruining women, it's ruining other men as well. Because once a woman has been damaged by these so-called men, they no longer want a relationship with a man anymore. And it breaks my heart to see that families are being broken down. People no longer care about the future generation anymore, about our children. I see a kid on the street, and immediately my response was, I have a responsibility over this child. I don't know about you, but ever since I read this book, I've looked at my younger peers as my own children. I need to set a good example for them. And right now, I am not a good example. It makes me strive for an ideal, and it gives me a lot of meaning in my life. I wouldn't be here talking like this if I hadn't taken responsibility. I would have necked myself. I would have done something terrible. I'm sure I would have. So I encourage you young men out there, if you're feeling lost in life, you're feeling like you don't have a purpose, look inside yourself and take some responsibility. Why is your life meaningless? You have a responsibility for your own life and for the people around you. Your actions have consequences. If you kill yourself, what does that make you? What does that tell the world? If you blow up a building, if you shoot down these people on the streets, innocent people, what does that make you? Have you not any care in the world for the future, for our future generation? Ever since my sister became foster carers for these cats, I've just realized how happy she has become. And I think it's a very visceral, very innate feeling for humans. We want to take care of something, and if this something is not a child, then all of this energy is put towards something else. Guys, I'm rambling on a lot, but yeah, just I hope I'm making sense. Just take responsibility, man, and you will find that your life has a lot more meaning. Anyways, I better go. It's been 15 minutes. God bless, stay strong, and I'll see you next time.